U.S. Attorney General William Barr has been holding a news conference detailing key aspects of his release of the Mueller Report. Redacted copies of the Special Counsel's report on Russian election interference are going to be made public shortly. Now, the Attorney General, Barr, says that the report confirms that no Americans and no one in the Trump campaign colluded with Russia to influence the 2016 presidential election. On the question of whether President Trump attempted to thwart the investigation, Barr said that he concluded himself the president's motives were non-corrupt, and that influenced Barr's decision not to bring charges for obstruction of justice. And let's have a quick listen into part of what he said.
As the Special Counsel report makes clear, the Russian government sought to interfere in our election process. But thanks to the Special Counsel's thorough investigation, we now know that the Russian operatives who perpetrated these schemes did not have the cooperation of President Trump or the Trump campaign, or the knowing assistance of any other American for that matter. That is something that all Americans can and should be grateful to have confirmed.
For more, let's bring in DW correspondent Oliver Sallet, who's standing by in Washington. And Oliver, what are we to make of what we just heard the Attorney General say?
Well, basically, the Attorney General repeated his summary that he had published just a couple of weeks ago, saying that there was no conspiracy and also that the Mueller report did not have any evidence for obstruction of justice. Interestingly, he now focused rather on Russia than on Trump, essentially taking the pressure of the U.S. president, saying that only Russia meddled in the 2016 election. He said that there is no evidence that any American conspired or coordinated with the Russian government, but at the same time that the Russian government, in fact, meddled with the 2016 election, repeating that the president is vindicated. But what we're also going to get from this report is a very detailed blow-by-blow analysis and report about the conduct of the U.S. president, about tweets, private threats, and so on. And so it will be very interesting to see and to which extent this will actually damage his presidency.
And this is an investigation. I mean, it has really caused shockwaves in Washington, right? Just walk us through why.
Well, first of all, an investigation into a sitting president is always a big deal, has always been, and does not happen very often. Last time was the Starr report about Bill Clinton, and before that was the Watergate affair. Now, in addition to the fact that it's an investigation on a sitting president, it was about the question whether a foreign government meddled in a democratic election, in the 2016 election in the United States. Now, many say that this meddling even cost Donald Trump's victory, that he would not be the U.S. president without the Russian support. And another aspect, obviously, is Donald Trump's conduct and his very suspicious behavior, as especially the Democrats say, which is that he fired FBI Director James Comey just after he launched the Russia investigation. He later fired Jeff Sessions, his Attorney General, for recusing himself of this investigation. He replaced him then with William Barr, a much more favorable Attorney General. And the Democrats criticized that this is partisan politics that they're playing right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Partisan politics. And also, I mean, what you're really seeing with the release of this report is the art of the spin as well, because, you know, those Democrats, they've claimed that the news conference that we've just seen from the Attorney General is basically the government's way of spinning the narrative ahead of the report's release. Just walk us through how both sides are playing this, Oliver.
Well, the Democrats at Congress were very furious about the fact that the Attorney General was going to deliver this press conference and his remarks actually before publishing the report. And so yesterday, the chairs of several congressional committees sat together and demanded that this conference would be canceled. They criticized in particular that, as you just said, that the Attorney General would give this report a spin before it was published. Reportedly, members of the Department of Justice Justice informed the White House to some extent, which would have given Trump's lawyers certain preparation time to be ready to have the adequate answers to all accusations resulting out of this report right now. And this is basically what's criticized. Also, the date, of course, tomorrow is Good Friday. We're ahead of a holiday weekend in the United States with limited room for the Democrats to respond to this.
It promises to be an action-packed day in Washington there. Oliver Salet on the story for us. Thank you.